Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. At that time, they went about in Galilee. He would not go about in Judea because the Jews sought to kill him. Now the Jews' feast of tabernacles was at hand. But after his brethren had gone up to their feast, then he also went up, not publicly but in private. Some of the people of Jerusalem therefore said, Is not this the man whom they seek to kill? And here he is speaking openly, and they say nothing to him. Can it be that the authorities really know that this is the Christ? Yet we know where this man comes from, and when the Christ appears, no one will know where he comes from. So Jesus proclaimed, as he taught in the temple, You know me, and know where I come from, but I have not come of my own accord. He who sent me is true, and him you do not know. I know him, for I come from him, and he sent me. So they sought to arrest him, but no one laid hands on him because his hour has not yet come. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to the Lord Jesus Christ.
As the Lord Jesus Christ draws closer to his passion, we see how people draw closer to their own destruction. The passion of the Lord Jesus Christ is to save humankind, but as he draws towards the fulfillment of that salvific assignment, we see people draw closer to their own destruction. How could any human soul be labeled among those who brought this pain and disgrace to the only begotten Son of God? How could any human being be labeled amongst those who maligned the Creator of heaven and earth? There are some things that shouldn't have a space in the book of records. But we shouldn't look at these people of those days. We should look at ourselves. We would wonder why we are so blind to the realities that surround us. We wonder why we are so blind to the fact that the one who is molesting us with our own faculties and with our own permission. All around us, it is so very much evident that people want to steal. People want to oppress each other. People are ready to lie, to bear false witness, just to do anything in order for them to have money or to have something that would make them look more exquisite than their neighbors. This exactly was the point then, and it is still happening now. The more intently the Lord Jesus Christ tries to save the human race, the more intently they want to plunge themselves into destruction. Today, we saw how the evil people think. Ungodly men reasoned unsoundly, they say. And they say to themselves, Let us lie in wait for the righteous man, because he is inconvenient to us and opposes our actions. He reproaches us for sins against the law and accuses us of sins against our training. He professes to have knowledge of God and calls himself a child of the Lord. He became to us a reproof of our thoughts. The very sight of him is a burden to us because his manner of life is unlike all others. And so, in your presence, if people of falsehood still remain joyful, then it means we are dead. If in our presence, people of wicked minds, people of false lips are happy and still remain in that condition, it means we are dead. It is a very difficult responsibility in our days, yes, truly, to express goodness, but we don't have any option because that is the temptation. The code that was written in this state is for falsehood and the powers of darkness to reign and to have the final say. That is the temptation. When everybody are on the wrong path, there is this temptation of looking at the self. Who am I then? I'm just one person. Who am I? Will God destroy all of them? In case anybody has ever told you no, that the mercy of God cannot destroy all of them. God is too merciful. It will be unjust. Why destroy all of them and leave one person? If anybody deceives you with that kind of reasoning, remember Lot's wife. Remember Sodom and Gomorrah. That even the one family that was removed from Sodom and Gomorrah still lost the mother of that family. So don't ever concede to that argument to say, since everyone is involved in this evil, I am just the only one. Why should I be forming holy? Why should I be different and all that? Those kind of languages are the main temptations themselves. When such conditions come, Jesus Christ has always said, if it is only you that is standing, he says, stand erect. So if you are going to stand at all, stand erect. Hold your heads high, because the judgment of your standpoint as the only point to stand will soon come at hand. It doesn't hide, my dear brothers and sisters. We must understand this. Now, Jesus Christ was doing good everywhere. In today's Gospel of John, chapter 7, verses 1 to 2, verses 10, verses 25 to 30, we see Jesus Christ standing erect. They all want to kill him, but he did not imagine himself. He couldn't imagine himself for 1 second not to be speaking the truth. Although he thought it was necessary for him to hide. Yes, when he was going up to the temple, he hid himself. But you know, what is the point? Allowing distraction to hold you from going to the main place. The temple is the main place. And so he hid himself while he made the journey, but could not hide himself while in the temple. Because the temple is the significant expression of the presence of God, where God is supposed to rule. And so Jesus cannot betray that seat. So if you are an old man here, if you are an old woman here, you need to understand that that age is an age for authority on behalf of truth and justice. For no reason should any condition, whether it is hunger or it is temptation, for no reason should you deny the truth. For no reason should you restrict yourself from climbing the podium of that age, of that elderliness, to speak the truth. Because there comes some point where it becomes necessary to speak that truth unto death. Your age as an elderly person in the community becomes the podium on which that truth must be proclaimed. You must stand erect. So although Jesus Christ hid himself while he was going up to Jerusalem, when it was time for him to climb the podium where truth was meant to be spoken, Jesus did his work to ensure that the principalities of darkness do not send an agent to go and speak contrarily. It is important you know this. A lot of things have gone spoiled because good people decided to keep their mouth shut. And stupid and idiotic, this combination of three conditions, and foolish being the third one, will now inaugurate an agent that will speak on behalf of the people. By the time idiotic elements, foolish and the stupid conditions now formulate whatever speech that is to be made public, even those who have the Spirit of God in them with all the wisdom that has been codified in their being will be subservient under that statement that have been made through the available authority. So don't forget, stand erect, hold your heads high, because your liberation is close at hand.